Books give you in days what took others decades to learn. So listen up. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down and revealing the 3 books that helped me earn over $6,000 a month, all from my phone, my laptop, and using a pretty basic idea that most of you probably look over. And don't worry, you can do this all without a huge following, all without doing paid ads, and all without reinventing the wheel. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand this concept. Getting into the first book, $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. You've probably seen him on YouTube, but this book taught me the fundamentals of building an offer that really makes it impossible for people to resist. For example, and this is a real life example, at the time I was reading this book, I was running an online fitness business. And at the time I would just write up meal plans on a document, and I would write down the ingredients. I would break down the workouts in a video format, and I would have it all in an app. I would even be there for my students on that app, holding them accountable either every other day or every day that they went to the gym to make sure that, hey, they have an accountability partner. And I built a powerful community through that app. But what helped me earn $6,000 a month and be able to go from charging $200 per client to $3,000 up front was this one thing that I learned from the book: serving people more. You see, the more we serve, the higher our prices can go. A lot of us are programmed to think, well, drop my prices and it's going to be irresistible, right? If I'm selling something that's $500, why not drop it and give them half off like Black Friday? People would rush to buy, right? Yeah, people would probably do that. But here's the thing: you'd make less. And would you really be serving them to the highest of your ability? I mean, I'm not telling you to go and fly to someone's location and you met them online or they bought from you online. But I am telling you, if there's a way for you to serve people better online without you having to meet up with them physically, what would that be? Because for me, in my online fitness coaching business, that was just literally ordering the meal plans to be at my students' front doors, my students or clients' front door. All I would do was charge a bigger price up front. And when they became my client, I would ask them what their favorite foods were. I would use some of those resources that they paid me from and pay for their first month worth of meal preps. It might have been about $50 to $75. And the beautiful part about it was when I signed up for one meal prep company, they would allow me to refer a friend and I would get a huge discount off of the second account. And I kept doing it every time I made $3,000. And so a lot of the students ended up paying $3,000, got meals for free because I was the coach. They didn't have a friend they could refer to. They weren't even on a meal plan. I was the one having 20 students at a time, all on meal plans, and I signed them up. I created a custom email. I created a profile that's under their address so it can get shipped to the address that they wanted it to. I would let them know when it was going to get shipped there, and it was so seamless. They didn't even have to worry about what they were going to eat the next day because it was right there at their front doorstep. They were taking pictures of their food and they were happy and they were losing weight even faster because they were eating the healthy meals. Now just think. That was a way that I was able to connect a basic idea that people already know about, but I was able to delegate it from them and just let me take care of it. You're working a full-time job or you're working a part-time job and you're in school. So let coach take care of it, serve you more so you can lose weight faster, not have to think about the foods that you can't eat and have the foods that you actually want to eat while you're losing weight. But that book only taught me how to build an offer that was hard to resist. So what about the habits that would actually make me $6K a month? Think about it real quick, and I'm going to tell you the answer in a second. I want to ask you a question. Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm thinking about hosting a live workshop where I'm able to show you my content wealth formula that's helped me actually earn over $100,000 from my phone and my laptop, building offers, serving people with things that I'm passionate about. If you would like to know that formula and become a content creator, business owner, or expand your business and know how to serve people so you could make passive income, let me know in the comment section down below. All you need to do is comment the word workshop. I'm just testing this out just to see if you guys actually want that. If not, don't comment it. If you do, and I see the comment of workshop down below, then I know we're on the right path. And I'll build it out. It's going to go insane. Now, getting back into it, the third book that helped me earn over $6,000 a month is Atomic Habits by James C. Clear. Now, this is one of the best books I have ever read next to the Bible. I learned triggers with myself, with the good and the bad habits. For example, and this is a real life example, I like playing video games. I'm a nerd at heart. And at the time I was in an apartment and I had my PS5 right across from my work desk. And, I would hop on the game almost every day, play with my friends. You're making a lot of money in a short amount of time. It's like, man, I made like 5K this weekend. I deserve to play the game, right? Here's the thing. In business, it goes up and down. It's not like every week you're making 5K. So you need to know how to sustain things. And I still had some studying and homework to do. Here's the thing. You're self-employed. You're an entrepreneur. So nobody's there to, hey, what are you doing? Hey, go ahead and clock out. Like, no, you don't get paid for your time. Time doesn't exist. Okay. Time isn't money in that world. Okay. Here's the thing. I was playing the game too much. So in order for me to break the habit of playing the game without feeling like I was forced to stop playing, which makes it significantly harder to stop a bad habit, I actually played the game. I gave myself permission. And when I was done playing the game, what I would do is I would get my remote. I would take the batteries out. Boom. Put the batteries in the corner of the apartment. Put the remote back on the table. I would get my PS5 controller, put it in my closet, put it in a book bag that's in my closet. I would get the power cord and the HDMI cable from the PS5. I would wrap it up, put those cords in separate corners of the room. What this was doing was the next time I really wanted to play the game, hey, I don't have to fight myself. But when I look at the game, all the pieces are scattered all over the apartment. Do I really feel like finding where the cord is at, where the remote batteries are at to the TV, where the PS5 controller is at, where the HDMI cable and the power cable is at? Oh, and I forgot the Wi-Fi network in the settings of the PS5. So now I got to find out my Wi-Fi password. You know what I'm saying? And that means it hasn't been updating automatically. So this really made me aware of, one, triggers, because we live in a technological, that I just created a word, whatever. You get the point. We live in a technological world where things are so quick for you to access. You need to make the bad habits, the things that aren't driving you towards being closer to your goal, your target. You need to do less of those things. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of time. I'm not going to say not happy, but not where you want to be. And you deserve to be where you want to be, right? Now, for this last book, let me ask you, how would you feel if you could make $6,000 a month more stacked on top of your income you're making right now without feeling salesy, without feeling icky, without feeling like, oh, is this really worth it? If you don't want to feel that way, then you need to listen to this. This book, which is book number 3, Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. This is what I learned. This is the perspective switch that I had. And it got me from feeling salesy to feeling confident and great about the people I help because they actually left happy. I realized we all sell ourselves, but just like we sell ourselves, which is kind of like if you go on a date and you wear a nice outfit, you got a haircut. Women, you might wear makeup. You might put on some perfume. You want to feel good about yourself. And as much as some people want to deny that, no, I'm doing this for myself. Well, to what extent? Because if we were all doing things for ourselves, then we would stay in our rooms. Otherwise, you wouldn't go out in public. You wouldn't want to go on a date. You wouldn't, even outside of the dating aspect, let's take it to getting hired at a job. And you get interviewed and you have your resume. That's supposed to make you look good. You're selling your skill set. You're selling your experience. You're selling who you are. You have to feel good about what you're selling. Just like when, hey, I like chewing gum to keep my breath smelling fresh. Okay. Cause I don't like the feeling of eating throughout the day and then not having a toothbrush accessible. Okay. Call it OCD, whatever you want. It's not something that I'm fond of. So I keep a pack of gum on me. The way you feel good about what you're selling is you got to do something that you're passionate about, that you're knowledgeable in. This is why I tell people all the time that creating something that you see somebody else create and you're trying to do something similar, if it's not coming from your mind and your heart and your own experience, then you're going to have a confidence problem with when we create something and I show you how to create something that cost $2,000 to $3,000. First and foremost, you've probably never created something that cost $2,000 to $3,000 and got paid from it up front and only had to spend 30 minutes to make that money. You're going to feel really guilty if you don't. You're going to feel really salesy if you don't come from the heart with your own knowledge and experience. So now that you know the 3 books that's made me over $6,000 a month, you need to make sure you don't start in the wrong niche in your business, especially when it comes to posting content. Because if you post the wrong type of content, take it from me, it's not going to do well. You're going to have a hard time making money. So watch this video next, wherever it's popping up, and I'll see you in that video.